Today, welcome to another session of Heartbeats, and today we have two sisters to share with us their initiative and how they came about with it, and especially their challenges and the call to action which they have for their project. So without further ado, let's hear from them and let's see what they have to offer. Right.
Okay, so Pebbles and the Shoebox is basically an organization that was set up in 2014. We do a whole series of different projects with different beneficiaries, but our most recent one is this project called Project Apollo, and it's like our current one is the biggest project that we've had so far. It's basically purchasing and distributing menstrual cup and soap and infographics and stuff like that. So it's basically a kit called Apollo Kit that includes menstrual items, and then we'll distribute these to underprivileged women who cannot afford constantly buying disposable menstrual items. So because menstrual hygiene is something that's quite taboo and people don't like to talk about it, so a lot of people don't know about the issue of menstrual hygiene because it can actually lead to a lot of things like infertility or just really bad health in general. And women end up resorting to things like using old socks or washing themselves in drains or just skipping school entirely because of monthly periods and stuff. So that's our current project, Project Apollo. And then some other projects that we've done, maybe you can talk about them.
Some of our other projects, looking into our history, we've done like a variety of different projects for many different beneficiaries. So some of our projects consist of Project Lemonade, where we gave out lemonade that we made like by ourselves, by our volunteers, to foreign workers and the general public, just to like chill, like make people happy and stuff like that. We also have smaller projects, things that people can do in school. We made like roses that we can give out to people alongside with little notes that like have messages to make their day brighter and stuff like that. Yeah, we have a number of different projects that you can see on our website.
Yeah.
So
nice. During the COVID thing, we wanted to thank our essential workers, especially like those underappreciated ones, like the bus drivers, the grocery store aunties, because like they had to work even though there was this huge pandemic going on. So we had a rose project as well. So you order these roses online and you get a DIY kit. So you get all the materials and how to make them. And then you basically fold the roses yourself and you give them out to whoever you think needs them. Like let's say you're going to the supermarket and you happen to meet one of these people, right? You can just give this thank you note to them just to like show appreciation and stuff.
Yeah. All the essential workers, your Grab drivers and all that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sounds amazing. Like all the work you've been doing, even during COVID-19, and like it dates back to the past. So, right, how about you show us your website and some initiatives you have up and coming?
So the website is actually not fully complete yet, but right now we're having this book sale that we are using as a fundraiser. So we collected books from our neighbors and stuff. So we had a book drop and we gave out flyers. So our neighbors would come down and just drop a bunch of books there. We had 5 stations, so it was just 5 blocks, but we managed to collect about 600 books. And these books are selling for about $2 to $7 on our online store, so you could check that out. And then, so this is our history and stuff. Our projects, not complete yet, but if you want to read more about Project Apollo, it's here. And then you can also like volunteer with us and stuff. Yeah, you can read more about it, like the project description and stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's that much to our website.
It's mainly our fundraiser shop and just these project titles.
Yeah, we rushed out our website so that we can set up this shop, which was a big step for us because we've never had something this legit before. Yeah. So that is our website. Is there anything else you wanted to see? Oh, there's a donate button. Shameless plug.
So for the books, if anyone would like to buy them or take a look at them, how do they make a purchase?
It's basically the same as any online shop. Like you can add things to your cart and then you go to your cart and you check out and you pay using your credit card or whatever you use to do online shopping. So we want to do this website thing because it's easier for people to buy stuff and then put in your details compared to like having Instagram. Then you text and be like, oh, this is my house, this is my address, this is my number, kind of thing. When everything compared to everything already being stored on your computer, so it's a lot easier for people to buy books.
There's also like a different variety of books. It's like a huge range of like, whether it's non-English or fiction and all that, because it's all given from a bunch of different people, so it's catered to a lot of different age ranges.
Yeah.
What's under random?
Oh, random is like you can choose a book of a genre, and then you let's say you don't know what book you want to read, right? Or you just want to try reading a book of that, like a random book. Like, you know, in the libraries there's this random book thing where they put a book of which a title you don't know, and then they put it in a bag and they let you check that book out. And then you go back and you like have a surprise of like, oh, this is a book that I'm gonna read this week, kind of thing. Yeah, so we split them up according to genre. So there's like children, non-fiction, educational, romance, thriller, that kind of thing. So once you buy one of these books, so this is cheaper, right? Because it's like most of our books sell for $5 or $4, but these are about $4 to $3. So it's cheaper, and then you get to kind of like surprise yourself with a book that you didn't expect you would read. So you discover new authors, discover new writing styles, kind of thing. Yeah.
What if there's a book that if some of us, like, you know, we read books once in a while, and we have some books to donate, or we like to share them, is there any way in which we can like donate to this cause?
Yeah, we can definitely donate. I think now we are having trouble selling all 600 books. I mean, we are trying to. Initially, it wasn't supposed to be an online shop lah. We wanted to do physical bookstores, but then we emailed. She went to go and email a bunch of schools, right, about the physical bookstore, and that was like right before COVID.
Yeah, so
went
COVID
into
kind of
full
just
out. Yeah, so COVID kind of like destroyed the whole physical store thing. That's why we had to spend so much money to create this website and stuff. So yeah, but hopefully we will try to have physical stores, because I think they sell better than online stores, especially like for the kids' books, because kids are not really online. Yeah, but it's an issue. She knows it more because she's been the one emailing them and not getting any responses.
But we definitely appreciate everybody who wants to donate all their books and stuff like that. I have a lot of people who come to me and ask whether they can donate, and we want to collect your donations at one point, yes, but we just need to sell off those books first, and then we can like immediately start collecting your donations again.
Yeah, we have nowhere to store the books, so it's just all in our house. And it's like 20 boxes of books in my living room.
All right. Okay.
So please buy.
Okay. Right.
One thing of note of this website is there's this thing called Apollo Kit as a gift. So an Apollo Kit is basically the menstrual cup and the soap and the infographics and everything that would be sent directly to the women in need. And you can essentially pay for one Apollo Kit. So it's like there's the whole like adopt a person kind of thing. So you pay for one Apollo Kit. You will not receive it, but you will like kind of get updates on where this kit has gone. You know what I mean? Like you pay this $24, and then like when we give out a kit in your name, it's like you get updates on it.
Nice. So maybe you can tell us like where does this outreach go? Like, does it go internationally or is it locally?
Oh, she's in charge of so we're doing international and local. So she's in charge of the local, then I'm in charge of the international. Well, the international one is like it will start next year, and stuff. So maybe we talk about the local one first.
There are like different phases of this project. So first we're gonna start locally so that we can like gauge how it's gonna go and how we're gonna plan it, how many we can roughly like estimate, to give out and stuff like that before we can move on to the international. So for the local one, it's just we're doing all this fundraiser and all that. We have different fundraiser ideas so far, just to earn as much as like a quota. Like we have a target of how much we want to earn so that we can purchase all of these sanitary products and the entire kit itself so that we can distribute it locally first. Yeah. So some of our fundraiser ideas now are like we want to set up physical bookstores at primary schools and preschools and hopefully community centers and stuff like that, so that we can reach out to more people who could help out in this cause also. And we have our smaller projects like the COVID-19 one, the Project Rose. Yeah, even though that was like a side project that can spread happiness and graciousness around Singapore, it could also help this Project Apollo. Yeah, and we are gonna have more fundraiser ideas coming up.
For the entire Rose project, the one for the COVID-19, it was a technically free thing. It was a pay as you wish, so you could get it for free or you could choose to pay. And then like surprisingly, about 80% of the people who bought wanted to pay for it, and so one kit went for $2, and I think we sold about 180 of them. Like 80% of them wanted to pay for it, so we actually earned. We expected to lose money from the project, but somehow we earned money, so all that money was channeled into Project Apollo instead.
Okay. Maybe you
Yeah.
can tell us about the team. Is it just the two of you doing it, or like how do you mobilize volunteers, or if the audience would like to join in and like volunteer their time, how could they go about doing it?
Our team is like mainly the two of us run Pebbles, and then for each project we have different teams. So we have a pool of volunteers. We have a volunteer group. Anyone who wants to join Pebbles can join that group. They can just like drop us an email. Our emails on our website, or you can drop us an Instagram DM. You can join our Telegram group, and then all of our projects will be posted there. And every single time we have a new project, we will ask for new exco. So because Pebbles caters to different beneficiaries. If let's say you're more passionate about elderly compared to children, then you wait for a project that caters to elderly, then you'll be like, oh, I want to exco for this project compared to the children's project. Let's say because everyone has different passions, right? So now we have 4 people in our team: Charmaine, Estella, Zaki, and Tanvi. And the age range is actually very big. Like the youngest one is 14 and the oldest one is 29. So like, yeah, so I guess our volunteers come from word of mouth, friends of friends, friends of friends of friends, that kind of thing. Then our exco are those who step up from within our project group.
All of our initial volunteers are actually just like, our pool of friends. We just asked whether they were interested in this cause. And then slowly they started asking their friends. And that's why we suddenly have this like pool of volunteers in the first place. Yeah.
Yes,
Word of mouth really spreads, and I think the volunteers that have been on a project must have really got an amazing time experiencing all the different kind of initiatives that you all have offered. So I think that's great, and maybe you could share with us for those recipients of the Project Apollo's kits. How was it that distributing them, and the feedback from the ground?
So Project Apollo actually is a very new project. We're still in the fundraising phase, so we haven't actually, like, our first run is in August, so it hasn't happened yet. So we haven't really interacted with the beneficiaries, because now so how we are connecting with them is we are talking to organizations that link us to the beneficiaries. So like women's organizations, children's homes, that kind of thing. So now we are talking with them and still discussing how we can distribute this to them. So actual interaction with the women we're not too sure of yet, because now we're still only interacting with the organizations.
But we're trying to, trying to get in touch with them so we can find out more about them. Yeah. We have like this focus group idea where we will ask we'll ask a group of these women, all of the troubles that they face during their menstruation and stuff like that. And so that we can get to know them more, so we can ask them directly and find out more about them. Yeah.
And then because this is just for Project Apollo, right? Actually, because we've done about like 15 other projects before this, and the interactions with them were a lot. I guess because most of our projects previously were very, very fun oriented, like interactions, games, and entertainment things. We used to go to children's home and make sushi together, or like have like game sessions and stuff. So I think one of our most exciting and entertaining beneficiaries were like the children's home and the old folks home. So they like different things, right? The children's home one, the sushi making was really very memorable, because all the kids just, okay, the sushi is actually questionable, it keeps falling apart, but it was really fun to make. And then for the old folks home one, they really like to sing karaoke, so like we will echo and we will sing, then they'll echo back to us and stuff like that. So I think this kind of interaction is like what makes the entire volunteer work thing very worth it, because you get to interact with them, have fun with them. Sometimes we go to a place more than once and we form actual friendships with the beneficiaries there. I think that's like really rewarding as well.
I think sorry. I think one thing about Pebbles is that we strive to make our volunteers learn, like understand how it's like to serve the community and understand why it's so fulfilling to do so. And so when we go through all of these projects and stuff like that, when it's very fun, or when they enjoy themselves and they realize, what it means to do all of this, that's like what we're trying to aim for. Yeah, when we do all this kind of stuff.
Nice. I think it's always important for volunteers to always give and to receive at the same time. So as they volunteer their time, there's always something that drives them to continue doing good as well as doing good better. Yeah, I think it's amazing stuff. And I think something that you all highlighted, in which the audience could really learn from and bear in mind, is about needs analysis of the people that we are helping or serving. So when you mentioned doing focus groups and talking to the people on the ground, it's really important, because we do see sometimes where if we're not really sure, we just go in with our ideas and it doesn't work out and all. So it's always
Yeah,
good
Yeah.
to plan ahead. Yeah, I think it's cool, it's cool. Right,
Yeah.
so Toby, what are your personal takeaways from volunteering and how would you encourage other youth to start?
I think what I like so much about volunteering and what I like so much about encouraging other people to volunteer is understanding our society. You know, there are a lot of different people in the society who face a lot of different difficulties in their life. And I think it's always nice to be there to support every single person or as many people as you can. So I think that's the kind of takeaway I always get from volunteering, and that's the type of takeaway that I always hope that other people get from volunteering is just to understand the people around you and empathize and like try to do your part to improve their lives
Yeah.
to make their lives a little bit better in some way or another. And how I could suggest that the youth
Yeah. How would you
join.
encourage other youth to start or like continue to do good?
Oh, how do we encourage other youth to do good? I think it's nice if they could, try to discover us and try to see ways that they can contribute to like small organizations like us. Doesn't need to be necessarily be us, but like be other small organizations also, and try to step up, because nowadays youth have a very big voice, and I think that it's good for them to use this voice to try to do something good in their life.
Yeah. And for me, I think my biggest takeaway is like, okay, it's quite the more boring side of volunteering, but because we're on the planning end, right, as well as the execution end, volunteer work can feel very dreadful because you don't get paid, you don't anything, and then you only receive the love and everything at the end. So the entire beginning few months of planning and logistics and everything can be really quite painful. So I guess my main takeaway is like you endure, and then at the end you really you don't regret anything when you see all your beneficiaries and see how they enjoy what you're doing. And because if you do it properly and like you really understand what they want and you give them what they need and what they want and what they ask for, that kind of, like within reasonable means, then like it's very fulfilling. So just kind of like trudge through the boring logistics part, and then like you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor afterwards. Yeah. And then how I would encourage people to uh do good things is, I think the most important thing about wanting to do good things is also the boring side, but it's like research. Like you really need to know what the issues are, and you really need to understand as best you can, understand the issues as best you can, because I guess knowing more about the issue also drives your passion as well. So you hear about this one issue, then you go and research that, and then you realize this issue is linked to many other issues, and then you realize how big this problem is and how much it needs attention. Yeah, like how much attention it needs. So I guess find out what you're passionate in first, and then go and do something about it, or find a group of people who want to do something about it with you, because it can be actually quite scary to start up something from the ground. Yeah. So yeah, just find something you're passionate in, and then find a group or do it yourself. Just do something. Yeah.
Besides, it's kind of like a slow process. It's not something you get like immediately. So like just like start up. At the start we weren't like very very sure. Who is our beneficiary and all that, but we slowly like grew and grew and grew, and we came to where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think y'all have done a lot of initiatives and been on the ground, done your research, and also volunteering is really like the first step to understanding social issues that exist within the community, and not only the awareness but also the action in which we can take to contribute to whatever causes that we're passionate for. So right, that's amazing, and I think that for the audience who like have seen your website, go take a look at their website, purchase, like help out in the store, clear the books. And I think have a good read. I think it'll be like really, there's a whole array of titles, different genres and all out there. So definitely there's something for everyone. And yeah, I think like, even if you want to take the first step or be part of their initiatives, there's a call to action here. So you can just volunteer with them. And I think if you scroll down, there are like other kind of volunteer home visits, and other projects. Wow,
Mm.
children homes, hospitals, and all. So I think you already understand the different groups of, the different segments of society, the different issues that they face, and all. So yeah, if you want to learn from the experts, you should look for them.
I wouldn't say we're experts lah.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm,
seen a few things, heard a few stories.
experience.
Yeah.
Right, okay, that's cool, that's cool. Okay, so yeah, I think to the audience, check out their websites and yeah, see how you can get involved. And if you want to get in touch with them, if you have an idea or you have a group of friends who want to just do good or do good better also, then definitely just leave them a message here. And
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually also we are very open to helping other people start up their projects. So if let's say like anybody has a project that they want to do but they don't know how to go about it, I guess we've had quite a few years of experience on how to start things up. So we have this thing that we always open to our volunteers. Like if they have a project in mind, they can just come to us and we'll help them with that project. Tell them like how to structure their things, how to submit proposals and stuff. So just kind of guide them and like where to get grants and all that thing. So yeah, and also sometimes when we have fundraisers, we encourage our volunteers themselves to plan their own fundraisers. So let's say they really love this project or this cause, and they can go and plan their own fundraiser, and then all the profits or portion of the profits go to Pebbles, that kind of thing. Yeah. So if anyone wants to try, you can just like get in touch with us, and we can help you out maybe.
interesting. Yeah, I think that's a really nice way to start. Starting out is scary, but definitely, being guided along, it will be a great start. And yeah, it's a really niche skill, I guess. All the takeaways and soft skills that you learn from volunteering. All right. Okay. So, anything else to add to the sharing or to tell the volunteers?
I'm good.
We're open to y'all volunteering with us and for us.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Okay. So, thank you, Eva and Angel, for sharing on today's session. And that comes to the end of our another Heartbeat session. So stay tuned for the other episodes. You can check out the other episodes in our description and check out their other social media links as well. Right. So that's it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.